Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and this is the Magical Mystery Bead Box unboxing for May 2023. So first of all, our encouraging word for today is never, never, never stop. Alright, so Magical Mystery Bead Box is a monthly subscription beading service provided by Jesse James Beads, and this is the May 2023 edition. I will have a link in the description box below this video if you're interested in subscribing. And it looks like it is called Viva Frida, May 2023. So I looked Frida Kahlo up, and she is a Mexican painter known for her many portraits and self-portraits and works inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico. She was born July 6, 1907 in Mexico City, and she died July 13th, 1954. So she did a lot of cool stuff, and this box is based around her. It looks like a tribute to her. So Jesse James Beads always puts everything on here that is listed. It's listed out what's in the box, and it looks like a quote from Frida says, "Nothing is worth more than laughter. It is strength to laugh and abandon oneself to be light." That's pretty. All right, so let's check out what we've got. So I will go with the order of what is on our sheet here. And it looks like we have a bead strand in Casa Azul, which means blue house, or house of blue. Okay, this is pretty. So Jesse James Beads always has the coolest mixes. You can string them up just like they are on here. They're always strung up so pretty, but we never usually do that. This is pretty, really pretty green and blue shades. We've got some really cool bead caps here that fit over those bicones really nice. Some metal beads, blue flowers. Really, really pretty bead strand. So Casa Azul. And then we have a bead mix in Frida with Picasso earrings. Okay, that's this. Check out what's in here. So we've got, ooh, a really pretty patina heart pendant piece, filigree style. That's really pretty. We have some of these little cute flower tassels. We have some flower filigree bead cap type things. Oh, 4 of those. Some chandelier earring components. Some really pretty roses and some beautiful turquoise ovals. So, wow, that's beautiful. And that is the Frida with Picasso earrings. Okay. And then we have a bead mix in portrait with monkeys. All right, here we go. See what we got here. Ooh, this is pretty. So we have some birds. Those are really pretty with rhinestones in them. Look at that. Really cute. Little birds. I like this electroplated rainbow type stuff they've got going on here. These are really pretty beads and crystals in this pretty rainbow electroplating kind of thing going on. These are cool. Some teardrops, table cut. Pretty. And then we have some faceted teardrops here, some cones, and a lot of little medals. And here's the, okay, I wondered where the monkeys were. Here they are. They're so cute. There's your monkeys. Front and back. Really cute. Those are adorable. All right, so we've got bead caps and some metal beads in there. And that, again, is the Portrait with Monkeys bead mix. Okay, and then we have bead mix in the 2 Fridas. That's this one. Again, really pretty beads from Jesse James. So we've got these triangles. Are these 2 hole? No, they're single. These are really cool, like shell triangles. A couple more tassels here. Whoops, a little cube there. We've got some tassels, some crystals, some pearls, rondelles, all kinds of cubes, some ovals, faceted ovals, and looks like some lava beads too. Those are cool. So that is the bead mix in the 2 Fridas. Okay, get these back. I like these containers too. Those are nice. Then we've got bead mix in the frame. So here's the frame. I can tell I like this one. It's colorful. That's really pretty. So we have a lot of really pretty colors. Here are some bead frames. And we've got some tassels, flower tassels, and really bright, beautiful colors. These are cute. These enamel drops are really cute and different. There's a bunch of them too. We've got some red, round, faceted, like coin beads, kind of. Some drops, faceted drops. And here's some more bead frames. Those are cool. These are the diagonal ones, so those are really cool. They sit, you know, they're drilled this way. So, and some metals, bead caps, some little rondelles, little English cut beads in there. Really cute. All right. Bicones in there too. I'm really liking these containers. And then we've got multicolored enamel chain. This is so cool right here. Love this. See if I can get it out. Yeah, that is really cool. Love this. I think we're going to have to do a multi-strand bracelet with this, because look how colorful and pretty that is. Gorgeous. It's enameled. It'll match great with those little enamel drops in there if you wanted to do earrings. So we'll have to see what we can come up with for that, but I love that. Really pretty. Then we have custom mother of pearl bead set. Ooh, that's these, I think. Oh, wow. Yeah, beautiful. Look at those. Mother of pearl beads. Coin beads. They've got little monkeys on them. Little monkey peeking. Can you see it? So cute. There it is. Those are really cute. Then we have hand embroidered ribbon from Izamel, Mexico. That's this. Wow, this is pretty. Look at that. We're definitely going to have to do a bracelet with this and this chain. That's so pretty. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but that's what we're going to have to do. And then this little pendant was in, it's a sugar skull, was in with the mother of pearl bead set. So I didn't say anything about it because I thought maybe it was listed on its own here, but it's not. So it was in with that. It's a really cute little sugar skull pendant. Really cute. And then we have ribbon end findings for our ribbon. So these, you just take it, you insert it right in and clamp it right up, close it right up, and it's an end for your ribbon. So really, really cute. Love the colorful, just really beautiful stuff here of this Jessie James Beads Mix Magical Mystery Bead Box. And so we're going to make something, so I will be right back. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to do a bracelet with this. And these are all the beads that I have pulled out of the mixes. So I've got this paper clip chain that came from Jessie James Beads. I have this ribbon from the box, the Magical Mystery Bead Box. All of the beads and findings and everything right here on the screen are from the Magical Mystery Bead Box. I've just pulled the greens, yellows, and blues, and these kind of electroplated ones, I've pulled those out of the mixes. Then I have the 2 cord ends, ribbon ends. I have some 12mm jump rings, and these are in a copper tone. This is going to be pretty boho, and I like to mix metals when we do boho. And then we've got this lobster clasp, okay, in kind of a gold color. We've got the 2 bead frames, the bronze ones and the 2 gold ones. And you're going to need a whole big bunch of eye pins. And I'm going to use copper eye pins as well, just because I like the copper with this. And these 2 beads are copper, and so you're going to need a bunch of eye pins, okay? So get your stuff together, and what we're going to do is start by making a bunch of dangles. Now, I'm getting everything else out of the way here. I am just going to mix it up with these dangles, okay? So I want to even use the bead frames on them. So like this bead frame, I think I'm going to take this saucer bead and put it in the middle, and maybe a couple of these. Well, that's going to be too big for the eye pin. Maybe a couple of these. So something like this. So I'll do the, whoops, I guess I have to put the bead frame on first. So the bead frame, my spacer, my saucer bead, and the bead, spacer bead. I'm going to scoot those down. And then come right in here. Just like that. And then we're going to make a loop. So you need your round nose pliers, your chain nose pliers, and your cutters. And we're just going to bend this 90 degrees, just like that. Cut this right off. And you don't need a huge loop. We're just going to be hooking these two jump rings. And actually, I've got a couple of eye pins here, but you're not gonna, I don't know why I said eye pins. You're gonna need head pins. Okay, so let me put those back. That was, not sure why I did that. But yeah, head pins are the thing for this. Unless, I mean, you could always make a little dangle to hook on there, which is exactly what I'll do since I made an eye pin. Use that one with an eye pin. But yes, you're going to need head pins. So, sorry. These right here, unless we put a big bead on either end of them, they can really just, well, they do have a hole here in the middle, I suppose. I thought they were just, okay, so, all right, so let's see, on this one, what would I want to do? Let's do a bicone. Those do have holes right through the middle. I didn't realize that. That's really cool. So we could do something like this and put a small bead on top. That's kind of cute. Or we could just do both bicones. I think I like that better. Okay. And again, 90 degrees. And we're just going to roll this loop back. Okay, just like that. There's two of our dangles. Now, let's see, with these here, what I want to do with them is use them with these little drops. So I'm going to put this drop on, and then put the bead cap on, and then you can do any little bead on top. I might use one of these little cubes, so just like that. Okay, going to bend 90 degrees. And you just want to make up a bunch of dangles like this. I'm making them pretty substantial. I'm not going to do any really small ones. I'm going to use the small beads to embellish the bigger beads. So like this guy, I'm going to do the same thing with him. I might put a blue bead here. This one, the bead cap. See that? And then maybe a yellow one on top, like that. It looks kind of like a person. Maybe I don't want to do that. Let's put the bead on without the blue bead. Let's do that. And then maybe the cube again on top. I think I like the cubes on top of those because they don't make them look like little people. So we'll go ahead. And that's what I'm going to continue to do with all of these beads. So I'm going to use the bead frames. I'm going to use these tassels, but I don't really have to do anything to them. They're just going to get hooked on. So all these beads, bead caps, all these, you can use it however you want to. Like this tiny bead frame here, I will probably just maybe put one of these guys in the middle of it. And I love how it hangs this diagonal. We can put him in the middle. And then just come through the top like that. See? Again, bend 90 degrees. And roll this back. So just continue until you have got all the dangles made that you want. And then come on back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now I have all my dangles done here. I just made a bunch of different ones up. I have my ribbon, my cord ends, I have my chain, and I have my ribbon. So I'm going to take the full length of the ribbon. I'm going to take this chain and I'm going to put this ribbon through one end of it. Now you can use any chain that you have that you can fit this ribbon through. It doesn't have to be the same thing that I'm using. Okay, but I did get this from Jesse James Beads, so you can check it out. There's a fly in here, goodness. Okay, so we want to come up to where the middle of the ribbon is going to be. And what we're going to do is you want to measure the length of your wrist with the chain and the ribbon. And you want to leave enough room for your lobster, but you're going to want to be able to close it fairly tight. So I'm going to say right about here for me, for this link. Okay, so I'm going to take the other end of my ribbon and keeping hold of that link so I don't lose it, I'm just going to go right through the other end right here, this link. Just like we did on the other side. Except for it's a little bit fiddly, but we'll get it. Okay, coming right through there. Okay, so what you have now, you want to put your ribbon, make sure your chain's on the top here, and it just lays right across your ribbon like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this link right here. Let's measure first. Let me measure and make sure. I think that's pretty close though. Yeah, okay. You want it to be fairly tight. You don't want it to be too loose on this part. So I'm going to cut this link right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I want to keep my chain laying on top of my ribbon like that. Okay. I'm going to take my chain and I'm going to come across here and leave about the same amount hanging out of each side. Okay, so just right like this and trim it. And you can just eyeball it. You don't have to count, or if you want to count, you can. Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to do one more. And this one, I'm going to do just a tad bit shorter than the one I just did. So I'm leaving about 3 links. I'm coming up about 3 links on this one. And what it's doing is it's just making these chains lay a little bit different intervals through here. Okay, so now I have a longer one and a shorter one, like this. I'm going to lay them on there just like that. And then I'm going to take one of my larger jump rings, just like this, and laying them on there just like I want them to be. So I need to get the links right where I want them to be so that they're even on both sides. And then I'm going to catch them right here, right where it catches this chain with the ribbon. Okay, so I'm going right in there, right through there, and right through here. And I'm going to close up this jump ring. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. These are 12mm jump rings. You do not have to use a 12mm. You can use something smaller if you want. This is just what I decided to go with. So again, just laying them out to where they're even, and I'm going to catch them. This one here, right through that one. And I'm going through the length that's hooking onto the ribbon, and then through this one. Okay, closing that jump ring up. And now what you'll have is you'll have them all hooked onto the ribbon, but you've got some dangling going on here, which is what we want. Okay, so when you put it on, it's going to be like this. You're going to have some dangling down, and some ribbon dangling down on the bottom as well, and this on top, okay? That's what you want. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to take all these dangles, and we're just going to lay this down flat. You want all of your chains and your ribbon together here, okay? I'm going to take my dangles, and I'm just going to start hooking them on. Now, I'm going to go around my whole conglomeration of it here, okay? So here we have it. We've got our little flower right there. Now, if you want them to stay in place, you can hook them through one of the loops on here. I'm going to hook some of mine through. The rest of them I'm not, because they'll kind of hold the others in place. So, like for this guy, let's say I want him to stay right here in the middle. I'm just going to grab it and get all of them through there, and then go through one of the lengths of chain here and close it. And that way, he's going to hang right there and not really be able to move anywhere because he is through that length of chain. Okay, but most of mine I'm just going to put around all the chains and the ribbon, just like I did that one. But for a couple, I will put them through there just to kind of hold things in place and keep them where I want them to be. So like this guy right here, I'm just going to put all of them, close it up, and just move him to the top, just like that, okay? And I'm going to continue doing that with all of my little dangles. And I want to spread them out, like, I don't want to get too many of the same thing in the same place. So this one, I think I'll go through one of the chains just to hold it where it needs to be. Okay, see? Just like that. And again, I'm going to do that with all of them. So go ahead and hook all of yours on where you want them, and then come right on back. Okay, so when you get all of your dangles on here, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your lobster, and actually we're not even going to use these, I don't think. I was going to, but I don't think we even need to because this is hooked in here pretty good. So you're going to take your lobster, and I am going to, where'd my pliers go? There we go. I am going to take it and hook it with a jump ring on the underside. So you want to make sure that all your dangles are hanging from the top, okay? Your chains are right here as well. And I'm going to come right here, and on the underside of my first piece of chain that I hooked my ribbon through, I'm going to put that lobster clasp, right like that, okay? See that? Now on the other side, I'm going to do about 3 rings together, like this. And I'm going to hook this one right here where I put the ribbon through on the chain on the other end. Just make sure they're closed up really good. And then what you've got is a really pretty boho bracelet with chain dangles and a lobster clasp closure, which I can't close on my own usually. But if I could... it would look right like this. Now this ribbon down here, you can just tie in a knot if you want to. Or you could, you know, if you have somebody to help you, you could tie it in a bow. But I kind of like to just leave mine in a knot. And if my lobster was clasped, then this is what it would look like. You would have some little dangles, chain dangles coming down here, chain dangles coming down on the other side, and your little ribbon just hanging like that. So I think it's super pretty, really boho, just a lot of fun this little thing is. So anyway, check out jessiejamesbeads.com for the Magical Mystery Bead Box, or for just any beading supplies. They have great stuff. But for the supplies to make this bracelet, you will need the Magical Mystery Bead Box if you want it to be just the same as this one. So check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.